Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Prospect Central 1. My name is Chris, and today joining me we have, and we're going to be taking a
Keelan.
look at Jayshon. I forgot to look at the pronunciation. Jayshon Cornell. He is a defensive tackle from Ohio State University. Lions drafted him in the 7th round of the 2020 NFL Draft. Listed unofficially at 6'2", 280, so he must not have gotten a Senior Bowl combine, Shrine Game, or Collegiate Bowl invite. So it's probably his Ohio State numbers. Nothing too particularly notable here. He was a #1 recruit in his recruiting class, which is kind of fascinating. In the 2015 recruiting class 5 years ago, he was the #1 player in that recruiting class and ended up as a 5-star. So definitely has a very high ceiling. It was kind of very unfortunate that he wasn't able to really reach it at Ohio State. But we'll see what he's able to do when he gets to Detroit and if he's able to make an impact here. So, with that being said, we do have 2 games to watch with you guys today, Indiana and Michigan State. What do you know about your Ohio State guy?
Yeah, he was our third DT behind Davon Hamilton and Robert Landers. From what I've heard, I mean, he wasn't on the field too much, so based on what I heard, he'd probably fit in like the backup to Deshaun Hand in that role for the Lions if he makes the roster. But I haven't really seen much of him as he's not on the field a lot. He sort of subs in as the third DT on our defense.
Okay, so here we go. Number 9, interesting number for DT. How do you like this start? Finish up with the anchor, not giving up any ground. Oh! So we just got done watching Tennessee tape, and this is fascinating and how quick he's able to win, especially from comparison. But boom, just slides right over the top of the arm over. Yep, also can see like you're more interested there too, which is good. Okay, and Shun checking double team. We also got to see a nice little bit of a spin counter flash here at the end of the play. Interesting to do with double team. Nice. I like what he does here to draw this blocker out. So we talked about this during the fantasy video. I don't know if you've heard this, Keelan. But one thing I like about what he did was his ability to draw the blocker out of the gap to free up the second level plays. What he's going to do on this play, draw this guard completely out of that gap, out of the A gap, and you're going to see this defender here coming around and through that gap that was just vacated by the guard because he's following what's his face. Or not. Nice swim move. Yeah, easy, very easy to see the pass rushing upside. Boom, that's the second straight arm over we've seen that's worked really quick and under 2.5. Shun trying to double team. Okay, not a whole lot of drive with the bull rush. able to get a little bit of pocket collapse, but wasn't able to go particularly deep. The offensive line able to regain control at the end as well and recover fairly easily. So definitely more your finesse rusher than your power rush guy.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing there. Yeah, he's definitely more of your traditional wing rate. Like how he's able to shit that, getting that pass lane. Oh yeah, completely driven off the gap. Running right where he should have been. So seems like a rotational pass rush type guy for me right now. That was nice though. That was pretty good gap discipline. Did that seam really nicely. Nice. Again, they're actually doing a really nice job of drawing these double teams. Once I was able to take that guard out of the lane, frees up Chase Young for the interior rush. I think that's Chase Young, isn't it? Yeah, number 2.
Yeah.
So draws the double team away, really frees up that gap for Chase to slide through, and that's what allows Chase to get that sack. Right here, boom. Yep, Chase obviously, the athlete that he is, went number 2, able to outquick that center. But really stuck up here by Cornell to be able to draw that double team. Same thing, able to draw that double team. Unfortunately, 57, I think that's Davon Hamilton, not able to get too far deep in the pocket, and
I think
Chase
that's
Young,
Landers.
while he has the tight end off balance, not able to get a whole lot of pocket push on the outside and one-on-one. But Cornell's still doing his job of trading that double. Dang. I mean, I guess when you're done by 27. Oh, I see you, Jeffrey. Well, the guy doesn't want to be called Jeffrey. I see you, Jeff. Was way on the other side of the field.
Bang.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job of allowing him to kind of be the draw guy, which is probably why he's not as hyped up as some of the others. One of those more traditional BYJ type of guys, but he's a pass rushing BYJ, which is not exactly all that common. Okay, let's counter back outside. Oh yeah, he gets absolutely destroyed in the first half of this play. But second phase of the play and the finish, he actually does a really good job with the shed, and then making a tackle. So while he gets completely dominated at the line of scrimmage by the double team, he does a great job when the second guy gets off of him of freeing himself up here with a great shed, and then he gets in and makes this tackle. So terrible first phase of the play, but really nice job of recovering and making the tackle despite that. Nice, good finesse. So your thoughts of the first game?
He seems like a pretty good pass rusher guy. I'd like to have in rotation as like more probably more of a two down. Pardon me. More of just passing situations is where I'd like to see him come in.
Feels like a Nick Williams backup at this point.
Right. Yep.
which is cool, especially if we have a preseason or a camp. Defensive tackle is one position, I would say more than any other position in the game of football in terms of rotation. Most of the guys, even your elite defensive tackles, generally play like a max of 50% snaps. So having someone who can really be that depth player in that rotational piece, especially on a rookie contract, is always valuable to have for sure, and providing that extra depth, especially even just for camp and preseason. Yeah, he's getting blown off the ball. He's able to get some nice pocket push though.
Nice statement. One thing I find funny is the amount of times you watch the same game, but for different prospects. You remember the big plays, and you see them over and over again. Because I think I've probably watched this game, not including live, like 6 or 7 times now, because of different prospects on this defense. And you just remember that one play in particular that's it's just kind of funny to me.
Well, let's see. We watched this for Chase Young a couple times. We watched this for Devon Hamilton, Malik Harrison, Okudah, Arnett, Fuller, Brian Lewerke for me, from quarterback standpoint.
I watched Lewerke too.
And Cody White. What was another Ohio State linebacker that was projected to play? Tuck Portland?
Yeah, he's coming out next year.
I think I watched him at one point.
Not to mention, I watched this game live too.
Obviously watched it live. Of course, Ohio State, Michigan State. I have to watch it live. So yeah, probably 10 times.
Yeah, exactly. And it's that one Arnett strip and Malik Harrison housing it, or not. I guess not housing it, but taking it back into the red zone. It's that one play that I remember, and it's crazy.
I still don't see why Mark called me edge. That doesn't.
Has he played on the edge one
Not
time?
So far. He's 280 to 285, so it's not like he has ice weight.
Exactly. Bit undersized at DT for my liking, but
right? Well, you've been talking on that particular route. That was nice to see. That was really nice. That's the best run defense play we've seen from him so far. Gonna start out at the 3. Actually draws a double on this play initially, the first 2. And just does a great job of disengaging and bringing himself up to make the tackle behind screens for loss. Also, especially relative to playing safety, let's see, really explosive off the snap point. Really nice launch. Great disengagement. He's doing a pretty decent job of utilizing that length here. Boom. And then shuts over the top. Nice. I actually really like again his ability to maximize that length as much as he can. And really use that to generate that collapse. Yeah, you really get a feel for the explosion a little bit here, especially with that first step and that initial burst. Definitely a lot more athletic. And that was actually a really nice, quick win. So he definitely has that PRWR stat. And yeah, again, look at that too. You really got to feel for that initial first 7 bursts. Nice shy. Yeah, same thing. He's definitely trying to win with that athletic ability. He's nice motor too. Nice, clear arm over. Oh, I want to see that counter. Especially when you know that they're behind you like that. Does a great job of getting deep and forcing the running back out of that left or out of that right run. But man, right there, it would have been really nice to see him counter and make that tackle. Yeah, he's either winning quick or losing, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like, you know within the first couple of seconds whether he's going to win or lose a rep. Nice tackle. That's why I think he's doing pretty consistently so far. As well as that, there we go. Love this. Boom. Again, you talk about that initial first step in explosion, right? Really nice job there.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to timestamp this so I can send chat. 1 second.
To me, this is like almost the complete opposite pick of.
Can you see?
Yeah, sorry. I almost said Fotu because Utah teammate, but this guy he's a decent pass rusher, but at the same time he's quite inconsistent. Like one play he'll have a really good rep, and the next play he'll be taken out of the play. But for Penasini, which we went over about half an hour or less than half an hour real time, he's consistent every play, and maybe he's not involved in getting to the quarterback every play, but he's helping the defense, affecting the play every single play.
Whereas, yeah, with him, you're definitely getting that pass rush win rate. That's the hot thing now. And bam, just a really nice job of getting that question. And bam, right there. That is a quick counter move, really agile. You definitely, if he were to test, I would have expected him to test really well. With nice quickness like that with the upper body. Also, the bursting explosion he has with the lower body. It results in a sack. That's definitely something that I think we could be looking forward to in rotational setting. And that's why he was as high of a recruit as he was coming out. That's why he was the #1 player in his class. And it's also why he has as much upside as he does. He doesn't really get the chance to showcase this on a consistent basis because he has so much to work on still. But you know what? This might be a hot take, especially hearing this from a Michigan fan. But doesn't he almost, in some ways, kind of feel like Rashawn Gary?
I feel that. Yeah.
Another guy who was like a #1 recruit in his class, went to a Big Ten school, whatever, wasn't maybe used as much or as appropriately as he could have been. Got hurt a little bit by injuries and wasn't able to completely contribute, never really matched up to the production that was expected of him. Difference is Gary was able to test, and he tested off the charts, and obviously the Packers took him.
And are completely not using him correctly either. God damn it, how did you take him as an outside linebacker? Come on. Yeah, but yeah, no, I get it.
Just very interestingly similar situations.
Right. Nice, Malik.
Yeah, like again, that was a really, really quick win. Boom, just shies to the inside and pulls past him for easy pressure. Nice swim move. He has a move set, that's for sure. Wow.
Cool.
Okay. So your thoughts on Cornell, having watched some actual tape of him specifically?
Yeah, basically, like I said during the course of the video, I think he's a guy who will be your rotational rusher, like you said, subbing with McWilliams if he does make the roster. He's he's inconsistent, but I think he has a lot of tools and upside to become a solid pass rusher next level on the Lions.
Yep. So we got to see Michigan State. And what was the other one?
God damn it.
My memory is not that great.
Was it
Indiana.
Indiana? That's right.
Okay, so here we go. Here are the things that we're going to be looking at today. Gap integrity. I'm going to go to 6. Flash study was nice. Definitely got to see some of that. Anchor. I'm going to go to the under 6. It's not like abysmal. It's kind of there. Pocket collapse. Not really a pocket collapser, but he has a good pass rush, so I'm going to give him a 9 there. Tackling, again, no missed tackles, anything like that. Seemed like he was able to, well, he might have missed one. But it definitely seemed like he was able to, at the very least, develop into a good player there. Hand usage is really nice, I'm going to give him a 9. Athleticism definitely looked very athletic, especially with the burst and lower body explosion. Motor was nice to see as well. Definitely has nice upside for that particular area of his game. Moveset was probably by far his best trait for me. And then miscellaneous. One thing I'm going to talk about briefly is we have a ton of connections to Ohio State. And by a ton, I mean, like, literally every single person imaginable, I'm sure we've talked to at some point. And in particular, we have one of our area scouts who played for Ohio State. So we definitely have a very, very good ground operation with these Ohio State coaches and players. So if we take a player from Ohio State, 9 times out of 10, there's a very, very good reason why behind the scenes that might not even necessarily show up on film, that really substantiates them as a character pick, as a medical pick, as whatever. And we really clear them through everybody. Obviously, Ohio State, Bob Quain's son wore an Ohio State shirt on day 3. Like when they showed like the Bob Quinn in his office, his kid was wearing an Ohio State shirt. So they this staff definitely has a thing for Ohio State players, and there's good reason for that. Ohio State is a great development program. They consistently string out pro caliber talent, and even I, as a Michigan fan, have a history of loving Ohio State guys. I normally hate Michigan players as prospects. Everyone should know that by now. I normally hate Michigan players as prospects, but Ohio State players, there's just something about them and how they're so well developed and consistent, consistently stringing out that pro caliber talent that really makes them an appealing base and groundwork for your operations. And I think Bob Quinn has done a great job of recognizing that, and he's going back to that well consistently over and over and over again. So Okuda aside being the best player on the board, elite CB1, etc., I feel like this is something that we're going to keep revisiting again in future years, and definitely a pipeline for what we want to continue to grow and develop as the Detroit Lions organization, especially with Ryan Day there and what he's been able to do as a coach for Ohio State. Definitely something that I'm really looking forward to, that connection growing with Matt Patricia and Ryan Day and even Coombs, Brandon Coombs. His dad coached at Ohio State. He's going to be back coaching there again this year. So even that connection.
Yep, I believe. Sorry, I believe we hired him on as our DB coach.
Again, yes.
Again,
Or,
yes.
He might have even gotten a part-time DC.
Co-DC, I think. Co-DC and
Yep.
DB coach, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's the half-yearly replacement. So, yeah.
Yep.
Even that connection is there and everything, let alone all the front office connections, all the scouting connections that we have, and everything like that. The Senior Bowl, all the Ohio State kids we've taken in the past that know him. There's tons and tons and tons of connections and things like that. So it definitely makes sense that it was so interesting. Even when we were on our Skype call yesterday, we were talking about like how, oh yeah, we need a DT. I kind of said, kind of jokingly, like, well, you know what, we're probably going to take an Ohio State defensive tackle tomorrow. And
yeah,
here we go. You suggested Landers. Remember?
Robert. Yeah.
I was like,
I said Robert Landers.
We'll see what happens. And sure enough, we're taking Ohio State defensive tackle. It makes perfect sense. It was bound to happen with testing at this point. So, while you go over your thoughts about him as a player, I'm going to calculate my grade.
Yeah, like, I went over what I thought. I just want to add the fact that, I'm cool. It's gonna be sad. This was probably my favorite Ohio State team I've watched since I started watching football. And it's gonna be sad seeing a lot of the guys I love watching go, especially guys in the secondary like Jeff Okuda and Damon Arnett, and even Fuller, who was a late round pick, but he was still a lot of fun to watch. And of course, we're losing 4 guys on the defensive line, and our best linebacker. So it's gonna be. It's sad to see those guys go.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun Ohio State tape this year for sure. And I got to watch them a lot. Of course, Big Ten Network covered whatever games they didn't have that were nationally televised. And local proximity and all that, live exposure up here. And yeah, they were great. They definitely had a lot of talent to work with. And even like Cornell, I gave him an 86th grade. Like he was the third defensive tackle. That really says something about the depth of the rotation that they had behind him. Granted, the main reason why Pugnacini graded as low as he did is because they gave him 1 in athleticism. So that's kind of unfair. Whereas he graded all above 5s. But
yeah. So basically, Pugnacini is the better player. He just graded lower because of his athletic traits, which isn't. You don't. The athletic traits don't matter as much if you're that big run stuffer that's not going to be moving a whole heck of a lot, like pursuing the quarterback as much as a guy like a pass rusher like
Yeah.
Cornell.
Yeah, he definitely gives me Nick Williams vibes for sure. And so they'll
Right.
be able to fill that role in case of injury. Really is going to be the main thing there. Worst case scenario, practice squad guy, maybe even ends up getting cut. Best case scenario for him, not maybe for the team, but for him, is Nick Williams gets hurt and he ends up becoming a starter, which would be kind of crazy for a 7th round pick. But honestly, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 7th-round pick. You take a flyer and a high upside guy.
Yeah, and you really got a feel for why he was so coveted as a recruit during the recruiting process and how he ended up at Ohio State in the first place, and why they should be interested in him as a high school player. You definitely got a feel for when you watch the tape, what he showed in high school, and how they'll be able to translate to college and hopefully the pros. Anything else before we go?
No, I think we
Sweet.
covered it.
Well, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, learned a thing or two along the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this as we continue to cover more Lions players. And I think we're going to be covering at least one UDFA, possibly more. There's one guy that really stood out from our UDFA class I wanted to watch and see what we thought about. So that would be fun. But for now, don't forget to let us know what you guys think about the sliding shot class in the comments below. And specifically Cornell, whether you agree with our take on him or not. And how much you guys like him and his fit with the Lions going forward. But for now, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and peace out.